So, the N54 is a great engine for tuning. Some people even refer to it as the German 2JZ. Why is it so good? Well, the N54 was BMW's first experience with turbos, so they had to make sure the engine was strong enough to handle the boost. What does this mean? Well, the N54 has a forged bottom end from factory, which means you can slap on a big turbo and make some serious numbers without hurting the motor. But these numbers doesn't necessarily equate to a fast car. You see, the normal 135i and 335i are rear wheel drive, and they don't come stock with an LSD, which means making the power is only half the story. Putting it down is the bigger problem. So that brings us to today's car. This is the fastest BMW N54 in the world, and it's owned by Geshan Automotive. Now, if you don't know how these videos work, we take an insane build, break it down, and try and find out exactly why and how these builds exist. If you like this style of video, I'll leave a pop-up to a playlist. Enough plugging, back to this monster N54. Geshan Automotive is a BMW repair and modification shop based in Oklahoma, and they took this 2008 135i manual and turned it into a record-setting drag machine. In 2018, Geshan bought his nearly stock 135i with an N54 engine. He bought the car and wanted to show the world how far these engines could be pushed when you have the facilities to do so. He started tearing down the straight six and rebuilding it with the best parts. We're talking a custom pinned forged crankshaft, upgraded connecting rods, Trom HT forged pistons. The head was custom built by Geshan and was ported and polished. He then removed the direct injection system. Now the fueling comes through a Plasma Man intake manifold with 6 2200cc dishwork injectors and an aero motor fuel pump. The ECU was replaced by a AEM Infinity, and she also runs AEM smart coils. The N54 is also now single turboed instead of the twins from stock. Now, how big is this turbo? Well, he's running a Garrett G42, which is a 79mm turbo. She still uses the factory 6-speed manual, but the rear suspension setup is basically full race car. The car has a custom 4-link rear suspension and Hoosier slicks. Now let's talk power. On her keel map, she makes over 1000 horsepower to the wheels. It's obvious that this machine is built with one thing in mind, and that's straight line speed. So how fast is she down the quarter mile? Well, this tiny 135i does a 9.34 second quarter mile, and remember, it's a 6-speed manual running low 9s consistently. And that's really impressive, especially if you know how iffy these BMWs are. They are easy to modify to a point, but after that you start to run into some serious problems. This isn't your average 9-second machine. I mean, it's a tiny German coupe, and it's only got 6 cylinders. If you think 9-second cars, normally it's like V8, V10s, proper big cars, not a little German 6-cylinder. It's easy to make cars insanely fast if you swap the engine, but building the original engine to that point takes time and perseverance. Remember, if you are the first to build an engine to that level, you have to get the parts built custom for you. All the problems you'll face in the build after a certain point, you'll have to figure out by yourself because nobody else has done it with that specific power plant. So this is truly impressive. Another cool point, I saw on their Facebook page they were actually on Street Outlaws with this little 135 and they raced farm truck and AZN's super fast SRT Jeep. I'm not going to spoil the race, but check when you got time, go check Street Outlaws and just see the race. I haven't seen it myself, but I am gonna go and watch it like straight after this video. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I've got more videos on crazy insane builds. I've got videos on my personal single turbo N54. Yes, I do have an N54, and I've got videos on motorcycles too since I ride bike. Yeah, I'll check you guys in the next one. Cheers, eh?
Get I buy it. I told her she gotta come try it. They wondering what I've been doing. I told them I'm keeping it quiet. I pull up, you know I be moving. Whipping the foreign, I'm cruising. The money I'm speaking, the